Let's talk about three of the smallest, but honestly, most confusing words in the entire English language. A, an, and the. We call them articles, and getting them right can feel like you're just guessing. But what if I told you there's a simple logic behind it all? A logic that unlocks pretty much every rule you've ever struggled with. Let's find it together. I mean, it really can feel totally random, can't it? You say the USA, but you'd never say the Canada. You say a university, but an umbrella. And then sometimes, like with a word like water, you use no article at all. It just seems chaotic. But you know what? There is a hidden pattern. There's a single idea that connects all of these weird-sounding rules. You know, most people try to learn articles by memorizing these endless lists of rules and, even worse, exceptions. But that's exhausting, and let's be real, it just doesn't stick. The real key, the secret, is to understand one core concept. Once you get it, you won't need to memorize dozens of rules because you'll just know the right answer.
So, what is this one big magical rule? Well, it all boils down to a single question you need to ask yourself every single time. And that question is the thing I'm talking about general or is it specific? That's it. That's the foundation for everything else we're going to talk about. Let's see how it works.
Okay, this breaks it down perfectly. A and an are what we call indefinite articles. Why? Because they don't define which one you mean. If I say, hey, I need a pen, I mean any old pen will do. It's general. But the is the definite article. It points to a specific one. If I say, pass me the pen, you know exactly which one I mean. Maybe it's the only one on the table, or we were just talking about it. See the difference? General versus specific. And here is a perfect real-world example. But beat the bot a sorry. Okay, this is the first time we're hearing about this sorry. It's just a general sorry out of all the sorries in the world. But in the very next sentence, we say, the sorry was very costly. Now it's specific. Which sorry? Well, the one she just bought, of course. The article changes because the noun went from being general to being very specific. All right, so we get it. We use a or an for general, non-specific things. But how do we choose between those two? This is where a really common misconception trips a lot of people up, probably because of a rule you were taught back in school that was, well, let's just say it was incomplete. So yeah, what is the real rule? We're all taught it's about vowels, you know, A, E, I, O, U. But that's not the whole story, not even close. The real rule is actually way simpler, and it has absolutely nothing to do with spelling. Exactly. This is so important. You have to forget about spelling and just listen to the sound. The choice between a and an depends only on the first sound of the very next word. Is it a consonant sound or is it a vowel sound? That's all that matters. This table shows it all. Book starts with a B sound, a consonant, so it's a book. Simple enough. But look at honest. The letter H is silent. It starts with an O sound, which is a vowel, so it's an honest man. Or what about MA? It starts with the sound M, which is a vowel sound, so it's NMA. And here's the classic trap, European. It's spelled with an E, a vowel, but it starts with a U sound, which is a consonant sound, so it's a European. This is proof. You should always trust your ears, not the spelling. Okay, now that we've totally covered the general stuff, let's get specific. It's time to talk about the definite article, the. I like to think of the as a pointing finger. It singles out one specific thing from all the others. You see the common thread here, right? It's all about being unique or specific. I mean, there's only one sun, so of course we say the sun. Superlatives like the tallest or the best point to only one person or thing. Same with ordinal numbers like the first or the third. They single something out. And the same logic applies to things like musical instruments, famous inventions, and even certain places like the USA, which is seen as one specific collection of states. So we've covered a, an, and the. But what about the most invisible article of them all? The zero article. This is where we learn the power of saying nothing at all. And this is a really crucial point. Sometimes the correct article to use is no article at all. This isn't a mistake or bad grammar. It's a deliberate choice, and we call it the zero article. So when do we use it? We use the zero article when we're talking about things in their biggest, most general, most abstract sense. Think about it. Big ideas like honesty or love, or languages and school subjects like English or physics.
general meals like lunch or dinner, and of course most proper nouns like the names of people, places, and sports. We say Monica plays tennis, not the tennis, because we're just talking about the sport as a general concept.
All right, you've got the main rules down. Now let's level up. We're going to go over a few pro tips that cover some of the most common and subtle little traps that even advanced learners fall into.
Okay, check out the subtle difference here. When you say children go to school, you're talking about the general concept of education, the purpose. But when you say I went to the school, you're talking about a specific physical building. This same logic works for words like temple, church, hospital, and prison. It always comes back to that one big rule. Are we talking about the general purpose or a specific place? And here's a neat little structural trap. We usually don't use the with proper names like Savitribai Phule University. But if we change the structure to the noun of name, we add the. So it becomes the University of Pune. It's a little pattern to watch for. It's the same with people. We say Shakespeare, but we can say someone is the Shakespeare of India because we're making them into a specific thing, the one person who fills that unique role in India.
So if you remember just one single thing from all of this, let it be this right here. Before you write or speak, just pause for a second and ask that one simple question. Is this specific or is it not? Answering that one question will guide you to the right article almost every single time. It's not about memorizing rules. It's about building an instinct.